How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be continuing my Sharks of Summer series. Sharks of Summer is a series I do around here where once a week, at least once during the summer, I take a look at a shark movie, and this week we're going to be looking at Six-Headed Shark Attack. This is from 2018, directed by Mark Atkins, and stars Brandon Auret, Thandi, Sebe, and Newman. This is the fourth and so far final entry in the Asylum's multi-headed shark attack series. The Asylum is obviously best known for Sharknado. They've had a few other series, including this one, and none of the other series ever quite reached that high that was Sharknado. This is probably one of their more successful series because you hear two-headed shark attack, you gotta check it out, and then 3, and then 5, and now 6 heads. And to be fair, the creature is a cool design, and it does make it a little bit different by default, but it never reaches the highs of what the Asylum can do. They put in a little budget and a little effort into these movies, but you never get anything anywhere near Sharknado, and this is a series that I always wish was better than it was. I will say, I think this is like one of the better entries in this particular franchise. I felt that 3 and 5 were a little aimless, and 5 especially was super forgettable, but here we do get some gags and we do get a little bit of plot focus. For example, this time around, their character's trapped on an island, and it's like a couples counseling retreat. So all the characters have a sense of focus behind them and a little bit of inherent drama. It's not great drama, but it is something. Granted, all the characters are kind of just a mass of red shirts, and unless you're one of the special ones, like a main character, or the guy from Empire of the Sharks, or the funny guy, you kind of just blend into the mass, and I forget like who's supposed to be married to who, or what each couple's deal was. So yeah, not the best characters here. And the shark, it does a few cool things. Again, not the biggest, best shark ever, but we have a few interesting gags, a few funny kills, and the shark does something towards the end of the movie that I think is pretty interesting as well. And we also focus on the regeneration factor, which I do like focusing on that. That's an interesting part of it. The CGI in these movies is never great, but it's not distractingly bad either, and it does feel like you're just watching a dumb cartoon made for adults. So overall, this movie, it moves along okay, and it's not the worst the Asylum has to offer. I mean, I saw the Megalodon movies, but it's definitely nowhere near as good as I'd want it to be. If you guys have some friends who like to watch bad, cheesy movies, you can probably get a few laughs out of it. It does have its moments, and it is better than 3 and 5, but not the best thing ever by any means. I guess in order to elaborate further, let's go ahead and analyze the plot a little bit. I'll be taking a look at a few moments and trying to figure out how it works and doesn't, but I'll be avoiding the end, so no major spoilers. But without further ado, let's dive in. We open up in the 80s at a government research facility, and the government research facility is a dorky little raft with some tents on it. Yeah, that's government work for you right there. Anyway, the six-headed shark is going to eat them. Now, a few things. I guess the six-headed shark existed all the way in the past before all the other multi-headed sharks? Okay, whatever. And also they're saying the government made this shark. I thought the trash made the sharks. That's what Three-Headed Shark Attack was all about. Again, whatever. Shark wreaks havoc in the 80s, and then he's gonna do whatever for like 30 to 40 years, and then we get to the movie. We jump to the present. The little island that the raft was anchored to is now owned by a couple's counseling retreat, and we get this guy trying to teach these couples how to better their relationships. And we start off with this little ladder stairs thing, and the idea is you're supposed to hold hands with someone, and that makes doing the task easier. Yet the counselor holds hands with some other dude's wife, and then one lady even does it by herself, so I don't know if the metaphor is quite working here, but whatever. The couples will bicker, as I said. It doesn't ever get too terribly grating. Like, this is basically stock drama, and I've seen a ton of bad stock drama. It's not as bad as it could be. Again, no one particularly stands out, and whatever. It's red shirts, but at least they have focus. They actually, though, are going to have to go to a supply raft. You see, the island has nothing. It's just a bunch of rocks. No water, no electricity, absolutely nothing. So they have to get supplies from this raft, and then we're going to get some of the couples bickering about putting on a wetsuit, and it randomly makes a few of them seem like toddlers. Cool, whatever. I will say though, these were already kind of forgettable characters, and then you make most of them put on nearly identical wetsuits. Great. I'm not going to remember who a single person is. You think you could have got different colored wetsuits so I could at least remember, oh yeah, that's the guy in red or something? But whatever. Most of them go out to the raft, and we get, while they're away, one of the main gags of this movie, and that's the guy who's the counselor who's teaching people how to be in healthy relationships. Turns out he's actually getting a divorce too, and his wife is going to leave him despite the fact that she was like a major selling point because she's a big psychiatrist or whatever. But it doesn't ever really turn into anything super elaborate, but now we have two more people in this other boat that the shark might go after. Anyway, when all the people are out there on this raft, and the guy's separate from them, the shark is going to go after them, and they quite quickly see the shark and know they're in danger. And overall, it's a case of having to keep the movie going for the full runtime despite not really having any ideas. So it's not like a confinement thriller where they're on this raft. They do move around to other parts of this island, but it gets kind of stupid. Like at one point they get a boat and immediately run it ashore. There's this one lady who wasn't super important, this blonde lady who randomly thinks she's the boss in the middle of the movie for a few minutes and starts telling everybody what to do. And then we get other things like, okay, couldn't they just stay on the island for a while and hope someone helps them? No, there's a vague storm coming, which the Asylum does not have the budget for, and we better go somewhere safe. How about to that dingy government raft that is in the ocean with the sharks? Super, great idea. I'm sure that'll work out for you. Overall, it does get to be a little bit of an aimless run here, run there type movie, and that's where it does get forgettable, not having a clear structure and not having any, like, the character moments are super forced where all of a sudden a character will realize the thing they've forgotten and it's so big and then the shark eats them, and that's basically it for these guys. But whatever, we do have a few fun moments with the shark, and it does build to a so-so finale. So overall, this isn't a super strong recommendation. It's in the upper half of the multi-headed shark attack series, but these movies were only okay, and I keep wishing that the Asylum put in a decent budget and a decent amount of effort to get these things as high as they could be, because I really do see where the potential could have been for this series. Overall, they're okay. Again, if you want a goofy movie night, this is good fodder for that, but other than that, nothing super special here. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. This should be my multi-headed shark attack franchise reviews. I've covered one of these movies a year, I think, over the past 3 Sharks of Summers, so you can see my reviews for those there. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.